Hey there, folks. This is Colin Chisholm with another episode of Streaming Wars for you. Yes, you. Today, I wanted to talk about a show I've been watching. As you may recall, I've been trying to get caught up on my Marvel shows, movies, etc., all in the name of finally getting to She-Hulk, which I am only getting more and more excited for. I'm not quite there yet, though I'm so close. The next show in my Marvel journey I want to talk about is a show called Miss Marvel. I know, Marvel, all the way down. Whereas Moon Knight was definitely a standalone, its own separate thing. You wouldn't even know it was part of the Marvel canon if it didn't have that main title. This is the most Marvel-y Marvel show. It is fully aware of all the events of the past movies and everything. In fact, the main character, Kamala Khan, played by Iman Vellani, is obsessed with some of the characters that we know, like Danvers, who plays Captain Marvel. So very much so, like, you know, a teen sort of romantic comedy drama mix about this young woman who is, you know, growing up, kind of discovering herself, who she is, who she wants to be. She's part of an immigrant family, so is dealing with some drama around that and trying to balance everything with her friends. And it's very high school, you know, it's very high school sort of thing. But what happens is she discovers that through this ancient bangle that she discovers that she actually has these abilities, these powers, because her family has some descendancy from this like race of jinn, like magic users that get their power from another universe and stuff. So, you know, it's a superhero show, so there's going to be some powers involved and stuff like that. I didn't quite understand all the lore behind it, but that's okay. It balances a lot of that stuff quite well. It's still very much so like a teen drama, something like you might see in like a Netflix teen drama, like a Riverdale or something with that. But it also has the superhero things. So I think it's definitely trying to appeal to a pretty different audience here. I feel like that, you know, the teens, the Gen Z folks will I think really appreciate this. It incorporates a lot of Kamala's like interest in comics and drawing and art and stuff into the scenery directly, which I found was a really beautiful effect where you see like big cartoon drawings kind of all over the city. And it was kind of a neat kind of visual twist. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty funny. The story is relatively clever, although I did find at times the pacing dragged a little bit. What was most interesting for me was how it really integrated sort of the history of Pakistan and India and all that, and the partition that happened into that immigration story, and how that rift sort of helped drives the plot. And it's really cool. And you know, this is the first Muslim comic book hero that has, you know, their own show and their own franchise and all that stuff. So there's a lot of just really neat kind of progressive ideas here. It doesn't all land in terms of like a story, but, you know, it's still kind of worth watching to see all those things. What happens when you throw all that stuff at a Marvel story? What happened? And you know, it's good. I'll be interested to see how Miss Marvel gets integrated in with Captain Marvel in a new, I think, film called The Marvels. So things are going to get very Marvel-y very fast. But hey, you know, it was a fun romp. This is a show that I realized watching it that this wasn't made for me, which was refreshing. Despite being a white male, the, I guess, target audience for most Marvel content, this is definitely made for like young girls, people from immigrant families, that sort of stuff. And it's refreshing to see that. It's nice to see that. I'm glad we're seeing that, rather than just this sort of, you know, you don't all have to be Thor with your blonde hair and blue eyes. Okay, maybe I'm reading too much into that, but still refreshing to see some diversity in Marvel. Absolutely. There you go. All right. So that's going to do it. That's going to be it, actually, for this episode of Colin's Marvel catch-up journey as a sub part of Streaming Wars, I guess. And I think next is actually either Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, or right into She-Hulk. I don't know. I'm going to have to go check that, but I will report back soon. But before I get into that, I will be going through my top 20 things from 2022. So movies, miniseries, TV shows, all that stuff. I'm going to break it down for you guys what my favorite stuff was from last year. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. That'll be happening in a bit. But until then, feel free to send me an email. Let me know what you're thinking. Just email me. I don't know. There's my email. It's over here somewhere on the thing. Yes, email me. Also, please feel free to visit us on YouTube if you're not there already. And also find the show in your favorite podcast player. That'd be great. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. I don't know. Okay, thank you so much. We will see you very soon with some cool list for last year, and I can't wait to show you guys what my favorite things were from 2022. But until then, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.